Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Persia, there was a beautiful young woman named Esther. She lived with her cousin Mordecai, who loved her very much and cared for her like a father. Esther was a Jewish girl, but no one in the kingdom knew her true identity because the king's palace was a place full of secrets. One day, the mighty King Xerxes of Persia decided to find a new queen. He asked for the most beautiful young women in the land to come to his palace, and Esther was chosen. She was taken to the palace, and though she was scared, she trusted God and obeyed Mordecai's advice. As Esther spent time in the palace, she found favor with the king. He loved her more than any other woman, and soon, Esther was crowned Queen of Persia. But little did she know, a wicked man named Haman, who worked in the king's court, was planning something evil. Haman hated the Jewish people, and he tricked the king into making a terrible law. The law said that on a certain day, all the Jewish people in the kingdom would be destroyed. When Mordecai heard about this law, he was heartbroken. He knew Esther was the only one who could help. He sent her a message, urging her to go to the king and beg him to save the Jewish people. But there was a big problem. No one could approach the king without being called, and if they did, they could be punished, even killed. Esther was afraid, but she remembered that she had been placed in the palace for such a time as this. She asked all the Jewish people to pray and fast for 3 days, and she said she would go to the king, trusting that God would protect her. After the 3 days, Esther bravely walked into the king's throne room. The king was sitting on his royal throne, and when he saw Esther, he smiled and held out his golden scepter, a sign that she was welcome. She came closer, and the king asked, "What is it, Queen Esther? I will give you anything you ask, even up to half my kingdom." Esther invited the king and Haman to a special banquet, and at the banquet, she told the king about the wicked plot to destroy her people. She revealed that she was a Jew and that Haman had tricked him into signing the law. The king was furious. He ordered that Haman be punished for his evil plans, and the Jewish people were saved. The king made a new law that protected the Jews, and Esther's bravery saved the lives of her people. From that day forward, Esther became known as the queen who was brave enough to stand up for what was right, trusting that God would be with her every step of the way. Sometimes, God places us in special positions to do good and help others. Esther showed great courage, trusting in God's plan, and saved her people. We can all be brave like Esther, knowing that God is always with us.